Now, today, I'd like to start by telling a small story, if you please. So come gather around, you Frago folk, and hear the tale I tell about a grand Nigerian leader and his dispreference for a Nigerian national carrier, the Nigerian Airways. Now, let's talk about second best as it relates to the story of Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Yes. Now, they say national pride should actually sit on one's chest like as if it's a badge. But Chief Obafemi Awolowo, he said, not at the expense of my safety, my comfort, and basic common sense. So there he was, Awolowo, returning from a trip abroad, sometime maybe after the 1979 election. And journalists, who were kind of like trying to catch him, asked why he didn't fly Nigeria Airways. And with the grace of a man who always knew where his agbada ended and the nonsense began, he replied, no, I don't buy second best when I go shopping. Mic dropped. And let's just say that Nigerian Airways never recovered from that rhetorical slap ever. Now, before we cycle back to why this ancient yap still matters, let's pause for a moment and take a solemn moment here. Nigeria has just lost a former military head of state and a two-term civilian president, General Muhammadu Buhari, gone at 82, a man who lived long enough to see three versions of Nigeria, whether you like it or not: the military, democratic, and then democracy trying to run away from its own shadow. The condolences have poured in from across the country and the world, politicians in Agbada, common people in frustration, and even the internet, where respect is rationed with likes and shares. Whether you love him or hate him, General Muhammadu Buhari was a chapter in Nigeria's story. And for now, well, that page has turned. But let's talk about where that final chapter closed. The Wellington Hospital, London. According to a Punch article, the clinic charges up to £3,500 per day. That's roughly somewhere around 7 million naira daily. And we're not talking aesthetics here. It isn't spa and eucalyptus candles. No, it's the real deal. World-class machines, diligent diagnostics, robotic surgeries, on-demand consultants, and vending machines. When was the last time you saw a vending machine in a Nigerian hospital in your life? And guess what? The real kicker? I am sure that some of the doctors there are probably Nigerian. Nigerians trained here, exported there to treat those who neglected to fix here. Which brings us back again to Awolowo and the second best. He wasn't just critiquing an airline, he was schooling us on the politics of pride and how not all things national are worth dying for when they've been drained of standards and soaked in dysfunction. So it's pretty much the same story, different flights, different year, different presidents, still no national carrier, still no national health system worth dying for. You see, the Nigerian health sector has collapsed. It's rebuilt itself in prayer houses, and then it's collapsed again with reform attempts that go from presidential summits to a big shift. I'm not doing it again. Hospitals are short on oxygen. They no longer have it, whether you like it or not. And they're long on queues is what they have the most of. And the best brains, they're patching up lives in Toronto, maybe London, maybe in Houston, Texas. Not because they don't love Nigeria, but because Nigeria doesn't love them back. Awolowo, national carrier. Remember that. Still, in times like these, we remember and we respect, because a man has died, a father, a former president, and in the end, no matter what the journey looks like, we say, well, farewell, Baba. May he rest, may we rise, and let's leave it there. Now, today's monologue is deliberately short, and it's also left open-ended for you to think, reflect, and connect the dots, or maybe not. After all, we just lost the national pride, and for fear that we might trample on sensitivities, let's just leave it there. Now, to take us forward, let's welcome in the queen of context herself, Judith Attiwi. Judith, good morning and welcome.
How am I the queen of context?
I don't know. You put context into everything, every conversation, every discussion.
Oh,
don't you want that compliment?
Well, see, you just put context to that.
Oh,
there we go.
So I guess I'm the king then.
There we go, perfect.
Well, in any case, You looking forward to today's show? Anything in particular?
As always. Well, it's always going to be a stellar lineup. So we look forward to it. A stellar monologue, by the way, just connecting all the dots there, most importantly.
Because you can, not everybody can.
You know, okay, you know what? Don't allow me to say what it is.
No. Like I said, leave it open-ended.
Yeah, no, but it's necessary to have the conversations. I think it's necessary that we start to have these discussions. Sensitivities or not, we already have seen, you know, the mixed, different reactions that have trailed, you know, the departure, the eternal departure of our former president. But most importantly, more than ever, I think it's time to bring this conversation to the fore. So whether we choose to connect the dots or not, I think that people at home are watching, our viewers at home, wherever they are watching, this is going to live forever on the internet, and it will spur discussion.
Indeed it will. Let's come over there and let's talk more inside of Breakfast Secretary. You're welcome.